Hey guys, LockBreakGaminz here, and today I'm back on Vanguard 0 to play with Schwarzschild Dragon, or however you want to pronounce it. Been really wanting to build Link Joker for quite some time, ever since the original TCG, so glad I could finally do it on Vanguard 0 at least. Um, so here's my deck list. It's mainly revolving around the right chain, since I feel it's the strongest version of Link Joker right now. So we're running 4 PGs, obviously, and I have all 4 SPs because of the SP medals and stuff. Pretty cool. Then we have 4 of the right chain, 2 of the drop draws, which honestly is quite useful and really synergizes well with lock. Because once you lock a rear guard, they aren't considered as rear guards, so you can meet this criteria much easier. And then we have 3 self damages, which is honestly made a lot of games for me. Like, without him I would have been stuck at 3. My opponent's like, oh, I'm leaving you at 3, you're cucked out of your limit break. But then no, I surprised them with this. And honestly, the 6k power doesn't really matter much, cause I'm either on Schwarzschild, which doesn't really care too much about power, like your rearguard's power, or Infinite Zero, Nebula Lot, sorry. I keep getting both of them messed up, which gives your front row power for each locked unit. As for grade 2s, 4 of the right chain, 3 Mobius Breath as backup, 2 10ks, decided to throw in Suisei for fun, and then 3 of the rear guards that scale with lock, and 1 11k on both turns if your opponent has a locked card, which honestly has saved me as well a few games when my opponent back row is locked and they can't hit 11k, so they have to swing their Vanguard into this. Very helpful. And lastly, the grade 3s, we have 3 Infinite Zeros, a very good backup option. We have 2 Nebula Lords, one of them being SP. As like I said, it goes well with Infinite Zero. It pairs it synergizes so well. And then 4 Schwarzschild Dragon, obviously. I recently got the rank reward one, so that's why I'm making this video, since I only put 3 from the gacha. And then unfortunately 4 Knight of Entropy. I would love for this to have been like 4 Infinite Zeros or 4 Nebula Lords, but I only have 3 of each, so no choice, have to run Knight of Entropy, which honestly isn't that bad of a backup target, like backup right target, for like to close out games. So yeah, I've been getting decent success from this, running 3 stands, because I don't really like the idea of decks not running stand triggers, especially when, what's it called, intercepts are so crucial in this game, to where the intercepts are basically PGs, right? So stands make it so you aren't just limited to one swing at face per turn. So yeah, let's hop right into it. Okay, so for the first game we are against Royals. Hopefully it's not a VP farmer. Maybe Dual Knights, let's see the sleeves. Okay, maybe. So we're gonna definitely mulligan Nebula Lord, since even though he's a good target, right target, Schwarzschild, we have him, is our main one. We'll get rid of Mobius Breath in hope of getting the grade 1, which we don't, but we got a Persona Blast. Okay, so it's a Dual Knight Royals, which is fine. So you're right, the self damager. Normally I would put the starter if I don't get a target to the side, because Schwarzschild hits 21k. Obviously if you have Gravity Collapse in Soul. Okay, so he writes a self damager as well. Oh man, we don't have PGs here, so if he decides to rush us with Salome, we'll be in big trouble. Okay, good to know 1 PG is not in hand right now. Although that doesn't matter much since he shuffles his deck quite a lot. Okay, Nebula Lord. He'll be good for like... No, Nebula Lord. See, I keep getting that mixed up. Infinite Zero. He'll be good for like some pressure. Okay, we didn't need that stand trigger, thank you. Okay, that's another PG down. So until he shuffles his deck, he can have 2 PGs in hand at most. Okay, riding the Tracy and the good old Tilda. Draw trigger? Nope. Okay, so he runs the grade 2 self damage as well. Okay, well let's hope he doesn't have Salome in hand. Okay, so we get the drop draw, which is cool. Now we'll ride Schwarzschild. Honestly, maybe I should have ridden the rank reward on, looks cooler. So, should we use it? Oh man. You know what, we'll save it for now. Cause I don't have any good targets to drop. Cause if I would have dropped Nebula, Infinite Zero, if I could pressure him more with this column, but cause I really need some PGs or what's it called? I don't know. I really need actually. PGs is the main thing obviously. So we got cucked out of early game pressure, which is fine. Okay, he doesn't have Salome, so we can rest easy for now. But once that triple crit comes my way, it's gonna be real dangerous. Okay, probably gonna call the 10k up. Probably go straight into, maybe call one more Jewel Knight so he can hit 22. Okay, as expected, he's trying to hold me off limit break. But you see the thing, oh never mind, he just gave it to me whether he wanted it or not. But what sucks is if I don't get defensive, he's gonna hit me to 5. Okay, thank god. Into a heal as usual. I was about to say it would suck so much if I didn't get defensive there since he could knock me to 5. He runs crit though, which is worrying. But it seems he's running pure Jewel Knight, so no Blaster Blade, so how should I go about this? So if I do this and this into lock, triangle lock, I shouldn't have to worry about his break ride killing me with crits. Okay, then we'll call you here. See, I could keep Knight of Entropy, so next turn I could counter blast too, but I'd rather get a PG in hand. So hopefully he doesn't get any defensives. If not, see, this is the dilemma. If I swing here and he gets a defensive and I don't get an offensive, my crit would have been wasted. But we just have to take the risk sometimes. Okay, and it paid off. Hopefully we can get heal here. Join the PG. Nope. A heal? Nope. Okay. He has a PG. He has shuffled his deck, so it is possible to get 3 PGs in hand. Let's see what he decides to do. Obviously right skip. Will he get a heal? Gets a crit, thankfully. One less crit to worry about. Seems he's running a mix of draw and crits. Working out rather well for him though. We'll pop a Suisse, why not? Then let's swing like this. Then swing with Vanguard. In case we get a stand, we can kill the Ashley rearguard. Oh, my PGs, why have you forsaken me? Don't get a trigger. Okay, we'll push him for another PG, which he has. Man. And now we lose, right? Unless our 3 heal triggers decide to miracle heal here. We lose. So triple crit, we need like 2 huge triggers in a row, and it can't be the 5th damage. So I think we lost here, purely because we don't have any PGs in hand. But what are we gonna do about that, right? Really would have liked if guarding was a thing, but unfortunately not, right? But guarding would have made the game more slow paced, so it's kind of understandable. And then I just die here. Hopefully he gets a heal, so we have more opportunities to heal, right? But yeah, it'd be real funny if I heal on the 5th damage, right? Heal? Nope. Good old Prometheus. So first game against Royals is a loss. Honestly, it's not like Jewel Knights is a hard counter to, what's it called, Link Joker. In fact, I think it's probably the other way around, seeing as Jewel Knights usually fill their board and then giving more lock targets. But oh well. He wasn't even running Blaster Blade, so that's even more embarrassing. Okay, so for our next match, we're up against Grand Blue. Pretty interesting. Haven't faced much Grand Blue seemingly because, you know, the clan event just released, so it'll be interesting to see whether... Is it a VP farmer? I hope not. Because it'll be really interesting to go against the Grand Blue deck. Okay, so we got our Persona Blast. That's good. Now let's see. Is he serious or did he just get a... Okay, he just got a very good hand. Anyways, we got a Persona Blast, which is helpful in that we can save a counter blast. And if we get our self-damager, we can limit break at 3. If we get it, of course. Okay, so let's ride. And then we can lock his starter, which prevents him from using that pretty... Okay, I wouldn't say busted, but pretty good skill. And what's crazy is it retires itself, right? Let me view it, Vanguard. Oh, okay. No, it puts into the soul, but then with like the rear guards that Soul Blast 2 call from the drop, you can put this guy back in the drop zone and then recall it and then use his skill again. And especially when Cocutus doesn't use Counter Blast with his limit break. It's pretty deadly setup, of course. So let's ride Schwarzschild. Also the thing is, if he didn't get a heal trigger he wouldn't have hit. So he actually +2 from that. It would have been a 1-1 if he didn't get a heal, but it became 0-2. So you know, my wonderful luck is back at it again. Let's see if he'll get a defensive trigger to further plus more and make it a draw trigger at that. Okay, no. If he got a draw trigger he would have drawn a card and prevented the damage, so it would have been another +2. Okay, he's running the restraint bolt for some reason. Not sure why he would run it. The rear guard is placed on the drop area. Honestly, okay, he got pretty decent drop targets, the 12k attacker. And he calls the 12k attacker, but it doesn't matter now, since he already has it in the drop. I really like Grand Blue. I really hope I can build it as well. Because you can essentially reuse everything. From your Soul Blast, to your retired rear guards, to your drive triggers even. Like you can reuse everything, like everything becomes your hand basically. Okay, we got another Prometheus. It's Prometheus, right? Prometheum. Close enough. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of draw triggers, so our hands are kind of tied here in terms of how much we can push. Hopefully get a draw trigger. Nope. Okay. Hog. Get a heal trigger. Nope. Next turn, really hope he pushes me to fall, cause I'm in a bind here. I really don't want to use Nobium until my my limit break turn. Let's see. Okay, so we're not going down to 4, which is probably good for him. He probably didn't want to drop me to 4 anyway, so he can take advantage of that heal without pushing me to 4. Get a draw trigger at that. Oh, you're pushing me to 4, that's very weird. So the one good thing about Link Joker is you're locking the rear guards, so you're not retiring it, so you can't reuse Night Mist. Okay, right skip, of course. So we'll call him here, and then hopefully he doesn't get a defensive trigger, if not we're screwed. Okay. Goes to 18k. Let's see. He gets a heal right away. Pretty cool. Hopefully we can get a draw and a heal as well, like you did earlier. Nope. No triggers as usual. Do you want to get 2 jaw triggers? 2 jaw triggers? No? The thing is, next turn, when he unlocks, he'll have double intercepts as well. The good thing is, he can't push me for damage. But we only have 2 PGs in hand, so unless we draw an 8k or higher unit, we'll be in trouble. Heal? No heals? Hopefully we get something good here. Okay, we got an intercept. Pretty nice. At least we can push for a PG here, and if we get a stand, maybe 2 PGs. He drive checked 1 earlier, so we'll see, right? We get a draw into a stand, that's cool. He has PG. At the very least, we'll survive, right? So rear guard swing to my rear guard, to Vanguard. Vanguard to Vanguard 1 PG. If he gets a stand, he'll take another PG. Unless he gets 2 stand triggers, and then, you know, which is possible. It will suck a lot, but what can I do? Or if he had the, what's it called? The 10k that retires itself, then call on hit. I don't know why a lot of people aren't running that. I guess Night Snow is pretty good for like the same turn break, right? But the Mao. Shouldn't you have activated his limit break? Did he activate his limit break? What's he doing, man? He just retired a 17k unit for an 8k. Wasting a counterblast in order to just unrestrain this ship. Okay, a draw trigger that's very big into entropy, which is good, but then he decides to heal, which is bad. Oh man, I was starting to think maybe things were looking up for us, but then no, they decided to just say, nah dog, you can chill. Now who to lock? We can lock the ship to make it more difficult for him. but it also makes it more difficult for us, so we'll lock Night Mist for now, so he can't recycle it. And then this makes a 21k column. Might as well deal with the 11k while we can now. And let's see. If he has a PG here, we're screwed. At least we can say we tried against a double heal game, you know. Okay, we healed, which is nice. So unless he gets a stand, we'll survive. But knowing him, he will. He can 7. There's 2 more triggers in deck. So his stand trigger is the Mega Blast and Night Snow. So yeah, he definitely has more stand in decks. Because only 2 Mega Blast and 1 Night Snow has been revealed. And Cocutus reverse is the draw. 1, 2. I mean, it's still early, so we can't expect him to have like full playset, so it could be a weird combination. Oh, he decided to swing this way, so a stand trigger wouldn't have mattered anyways. And he drive checks another PG, which is cool. Yuppers. So I think he doesn't have any more PGs in hand. At least I hope so. Wow, we do? No, we don't. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's just write Nebula Lord, call down an intercept, lock Banshee just in case you want to use it to recycle a draw. Okay, forget about the power boost. Not that it's necessary. Okay, let's see. We can still get a stand trigger. In the event he gets a heal, we can push. A stand trigger maybe? No triggers? Let's see, will he get a 3rd heal this game? And no. Okay. Honestly, that game wasn't really that, like nothing really happened that game. It was kind of one-sided, honestly. To be fair, Grand Blue is like a very defensive deck, so its offensive side isn't the main highlight, especially when I'm locking his front rows, right? So yeah, that's game 2. On to game 3. So for our last match, we'll be going against the mirror match, okay? That's pretty interesting. Usually mirror matches can be quite tough, depending on how well they draw, of course. So we drew pretty decently here. Obviously we're returning Nebula Lord and Suisei-chan in hopes of getting like a Persona Blast or Gravity Collapse, but we didn't get it, which is fine. Okay, we get another Prometheum. Yep, just double checking his name to not further embarrass myself. Hopefully we get the great. Ooh, this is a difficult choice. I think we'll go with Gravity Collapse here. Because even though the Great One can search out Gravity Collapse, I'd rather not risk the top 7 whiffing. And that plus 1k power really helps a lot. And it's always good to have another intercept as well. And that Persona Blast, honestly we can do without. Okay. A whiffed heal right from the get-go. Let's see what we draw. A heal trigger, which is fine. So now we'll lock Dusttail. Honestly, I haven't seen much Dusttail being played. It's always the Fenrir, like the 4k booster that draws you a card when boosting a limit break unit, or Micro Hole. Okay, so we got stand trigger there, which is a whiff. Okay, so I was about to say that as long as he doesn't ride at 10k, he might get away with not taking a damage here. But it's fine. We got another stand trigger, pretty cool. So now we're down to 1 stand trigger. Ooh, we got autos here. If we had the Persona Blast, it would be a great combo. But oh well. I think we just swing face like this. Okay, we got a heal, so there's a chance. If he leaves us at 3, we can use autos into Persona Blast, so that'll be very cool. Let's see. I honestly don't see the appeal of Dusttail Unicorn. Like, I really don't. It's so bad, honestly. Like, if it locked any rearguard, including front row, it would be nuts, right? Because Break Ride and then Dusttail equals the triangle lock. I thought that was what Dusttail did like in the beginning. But then after reading that it only hits back row, like, it sucks, man. That's what Nebula Lord does for free. You don't have to sacrifice a rearguard for that. Okay, so he hits us at 3. Unfortunately, he doesn't have 3 units, so I'm not getting the full value here. But it's honestly fine by me. Well, let's hope he doesn't get defensive triggers. And we locked his rearguard Nebula a lot, so once he does unlock on my next offensive turn, it will be, he'll have one less oh, he's only 15k, I forget. I'm too used to 18k when locking 3 rearguard. Honestly, this is better, you know, knocking him down to 5, then pushing harder during my next offensive turn when he's down 1 intercept. So let's see here. Honestly, unless he writes Schwarzschild or Knight of Entropy, I'm fine. Okay, he writes the Schwarzschild, which I'm still fine. He doesn't have the extra 1k here. So if he swings with a rearguard and I get a defensive and he doesn't get an offensive, I'll be fine. But we'll see. And then I can get over this Krypton with Knight of Entropy to push for a PG next turn. Okay, so he swings right away, which is smart. So even if I get a double defensive, I won't get away scot-free here. Hopefully his draw triggers like he did though. Nope. Man, he got so much draws, man. At least now we have the double counterblast for Entropy here to shine. Almost clicked right skip there, would have been real bad. And at least we have double intercept set up, so we'll be fine next turn. Let's swing face, hopefully we get a heal trigger. A draw into a PG, okay, into a grade 2 works as well. He has a PG as expected from all the draw triggers there. But it's fine, considering he can't lock any front row units with 1 counterblast. Not until Chaos Breaker drops obviously, but there'll be 2 more sets. So he's gonna swing rear to rear, rear to rear and then van to rear. And then he won't be able to take my PG, and then once I fill up with double intercepts again, next turn he'll only take away my last PG and I'll survive 2 turns of attacks. That's why I like stand triggers, you know. So in this scenario, if he got a stand, he would have, you know, it would have been more deadly. So no point going back to Schwarzschild. He hits 15, so it's objectively better. Let's fill up with double 10k's here, although it doesn't matter as well. And maybe we'll get our stand triggers. Maybe to push for 2 PGs or 2 heals, or 1 PG, 1 heal. Let's give it to the rear. No stands, and we drew into a heal trigger. That's Pog. As long as he doesn't get a heal, we'll be fine. Once he gets a heal, it's all over. He has one heal left. No, he only has two. He has two heals left because he duplicated Schwarzschild with the counterblast. Gotta keep that in mind. Do not get too ahead of myself. Okay, so he has one PG at most in his hand. Unless he gets more draw triggers, which he can. He has 3 more undeclared triggers, so we shall see. And I still have one heal trigger. Okay, might as well lock to get an extra power, right? And to deny me the extra power as well. Okay, he's swinging Van to rear for some reason. It's not like you have any units to lock with Singularity Sniper anyway, so... Okay. And then PG. Then we shall see whether he gets the PG and whether I get a stand trigger. Okay, we get another PG. That's pretty lucky. That's pretty lucky. So now we'll survive another offensive turn as well. Pretty much guaranteeing my victory here. Unless obviously he gets heals. Maybe I can get heal here. Okay, no heals. And the push where he get his last 2 heals. Okay. Okay, so that wraps up the 3 games. My phone storage just ran out anyway, so not a big deal there. I mean, like, it's like nice timing, I guess. Like, it literally ran out right as the win screen came up. I have too much games on my phone, but that's besides the point. So we went against Royal Jewel Knights, Grand Blue, and our main match just now. Honestly, the first 2 matches were kinda iffy, but the last match was pretty decent, I would say. Didn't really get to show off some of the stuff Lock can do, or the self-damager, but it's fine. I mean, I did kind of show off in the last game, right? But he didn't have 3 rear guards to really show off the full power. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Been really looking forward to playing Vanguard Zero ever since Link Joker released, so I might upload more content. I have a Revengeance deck build, I have an semi-fully functioning Ethics Reverse build, and if I ever manage to build Grand Blue, maybe that as well. So, no promises though, seeing as how inconsistent my schedule is. Haven't uploaded in months, but yeah. See you guys next time.